I'm back in the saddle here, so it's I gotta find my routine, right? New arena, the whole setup's a little bit new to me, so it'll probably take me a couple of games to like cement that routine. But I definitely want a routine that I think it really helps you with your kind of get in the right mental state for the game.
What were you listening to on your way in?
Oh, I can't tell you that because I can't tell you that. Uh, all right, Springsteen.
There you
So Born to Run, and then was it Live at the Hammerstein Ballroom? It's like 1985. Awesome. Check it out.
I've been to a Springsteen concert. Yeah.
Yeah.
On a basketball note, experimentation in preseason. Just how much do you try to experiment during the preseason, or what's kind of your philosophy with that?
Yeah, I think sure there's definitely lineups we want to see together, and more than others, so that's a part of it. Um, Also, we don't want to reveal too much, for the regular season. Uh, this is really about getting the guys in rhythm, rhythm for the regular season. Uh, but I don't think you'll see too much experimenting. It's more just getting lineups we want to see together, which not necessarily will be the lineups you'll see on game one.
Chris.
Hey, Kenny.
Yeah,
Do
Chris.
you plan on playing everybody tonight?
If possible, that would be great. Everyone deserves it. The way guys went through training camp. Our E10 guys were phenomenal. Two ways. I'd love to play everybody. Let's see if we can do it.
And then you've talked a lot about the evolution of Evan Mobley on the offensive end of the floor. And you mentioned growing pains, but this is also a team that has championship aspirations. How do you do both? How do you get Evan to the place where you want to go while maintaining, the championship level that
Yeah, no, that's a good call, good question. It's finding that line, right? Finding that line. But I'll tell you early, especially preseason early, we definitely have to test some things out and feel it, and early in the season especially, see what works, what doesn't, what you draw up in training camp might not always work in the regular season. So with him, definitely wanted to be aggressive, definitely put him in positions, but we'll see what sticks and what doesn't. Obviously, the main goal is yes, Evan's development, Evan getting better, but the main goal is to win at the end of the year. So we have to find that balance.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Dan.
Hey, Kenny, with that experimentation and not wanting to show too much, but also needing to get everyone prepared for the regular season, what does that ideal balance look like for you?
Yeah, I mean, a little bit. It's changed, right? What was 4 games, right? Four preseason games. So it comes pretty quick. The I guess the positive, this group's played together. It's not a completely some teams you get to, and it's a completely new group, completely new coaching staff. So the fact that we have we have stability and continuity definitely helps. But there's just nuances I want to see. Like I said, nuances with lineups, nuances with a few sets. Uh, One of the things is getting. Sometimes these games go. The preseason games go. They get so up and down. You don't see the kind of specific stuff you want. And we definitely want to play faster this year. But there's an execution factor. So trying to get that after free throws. When the play stops, you can do it after timeouts, obviously. Side out of bounds, all that stuff, stoppage and play. Try to see the execution piece.
There can be an adjustment period to a lot of different things. Do you anticipate playing for this group specifically, playing at a faster pace than they have in the past before you were here, being something that needs time to take adjustment to?
Yeah, I mean, we're gonna again. It's another thing we're gonna have to feel. What gear can we play at? That's gonna be a feel. We obviously have we get that big lineup, we get the spread lineup. Is that more changing gears? We just gotta. I definitely have ideas, but until I see it out on the floor and feel it, we'll just have to see it, and then we're gonna have to make judgments. After a certain amount of sample size of the season. We're gonna have to make, some real judgments where we move forward to get this team to win more games.
Coach Chuck Swirsky,
Hey,
Bulls.
yeah.
You ran a very exciting system with the nets, the pace, a lot of threes. Based on the personnel you have here, ideally, how many threes would you like to get up per game?
Oh, we're gonna have to see. I mean, we're gonna have to see with this again, this personnel and what that looks like. We all know the value of the 3-point shot. It's getting them now. We have a lot of shooters, which is really good. So I don't want to put a number on it right now. Let's just gonna feel that out. But there's no, from me, there's no. I'm not yanking a guy if he takes a contested three. Once in a while. We have to shoot threes early. We got to shoot them in transition. We got to shoot the open ones. We got to scheme it where we get a lot. But we'll see what that number ends up being.
Nate,
Hey Kenny, I've heard you say a few times, building relationships now is really important because tough times inevitably will come, in the season, and you want to have that foundation. So how do you go about that? Is there a certain kind of plan that you have that are
Yeah.
concerted effort?
That's really the number one goal. My number one goal, especially being a new coach, is building those relations. Started the first day I got that job. Like, we talked about in the press conference. I went and saw, a lot of people. You gotta show them, right off the bat how important that relationship is, and then, getting guys in early before they were obligated to be, in camp, which we were give us an A for that. And those are the best, right? With your open gym, it's not formal practice. There's, kind of nobody around. It's kind of just you and the players and the staff. So really felt like I built on that. And not just Donovan, not just Evan. It's like, and me and George hung out a lot. We talked a lot. Me and Sam talked. Sam was here in July, so and then, but the real tough task for that is, okay, once this thing starts to go, and you're playing 4 games a week, and you have 18 guys, because because I really believe like you got to touch all 18, right? And that's where it becomes a challenge, because you're game prepping, you got shoot arounds, you got how do you that's one thing I'm gonna really hold myself accountable to as the season goes. Keeping those relationships strong, keeping it going. And I think like I told you, I think I've seen what that model. I made my first time through. It wasn't the greatest. I almost got too caught up in coaching. If that makes sense. Like, man, coach the team, make sure shoot around's perfect. Where maybe, I think this time around I'm going to shift it more towards relationships more important than but we got a great staff. You guys can play and not shoot around. So
And I heard you talk about kind of a defensive focus early on.
yeah.
Did it stay that way? Like if you put a percentage on it, or was it more balanced overall in training camp? How would you kind of size up the
Yeah, I
focus?
just 60-40. I'd say. I still think we got to lean on that. That's our strength. And I think it'd be a mistake if I come in here and they know it. Like if I come in here and say, okay, all of a sudden we need to improve our offense, so let's just throw everything in that bucket. It doesn't work that way. So we're gonna,
Jack,
goals to keep that defensive identity and then just keep adding on to the offense, keep tweaking it so we can make incremental improvements.
it's not my thing, Coach. Jackson.
Sorry.
Hi. Yesterday, it was announced that Imani had knee surgery. Can you give any more details about that injury, as to how it happened or anything?
Can't give detail on it. The surgery went well. Texted with them this morning. She's feeling good. So I think he'll be here tonight. I'm pretty sure.
I don't think I've heard you talk about how Sam fits into this offense. How do you envision his role in this offense being?
Oh, he fits in. He fits in when you have a guy that shoots like that. I mean, it's like those are coaches' dreams, right? They're ATO dreams. They're end of game. You need shooting. it's so important, and really, he's played really well. I mean, he's probably a guy that's probably been here the most, from the rotation guys, probably the guy that's been here the most, so he really showed in camp. He really shot the head, but I think you're going to see more than a catch and shoot guy. I think you're going to see him do some more things. I think he's capable of doing more. Of course, first priority is, shoot that three. But I think you'll see him get into the lane. He can make plays. Kobe told me he played point guard in college. I think he played some
Yeah.
point guard, right? Like so. And that's part of the that's part of the development piece, right? Like without going away from his strength, how can we add a little bit more to what he's doing, and what we're encouraging that. We've seen some real positive things in camp.
Last one, Tim.
Kenny, even though you've only had Sarasota under your belt, have you seen or what have you seen from this group that you learned something about them?
Ooh, they have as a group, they're pretty lighthearted, right? They have fun. They vibe. They enjoy each other, right? It's been a part of other programs here where it's not always that way, right? So they're just a pleasure to be around. Forget the court, right? Just the ambiance is it's really good, and it gives me like real I'm really positive about that. That's like a really important piece that if we can enjoy it, compete our tails off and make our improvement, but really enjoy this process, this 82 game season we're going to go through. I'll tell you, it's going to make my life, sleep a lot better, and they're going to sleep a lot better. So I'm really thrilled with that so far.
And then you mentioned back in the saddle again.
Yeah.
Having spent the last 2 years as an assistant, did it all come back being a head coach, like riding the bike, or did it take a practice?
Not really. What's it been? 4 years? Is it 4? That's a while. So, I'm sure I gotta knock the rust off, and I think. Listen, I think when you get back in it, you want to be, you want to be better than the last time. So I definitely feel an energy, a good energy with that. But definitely, definitely a little bit, but and really, part of it's managing a staff. We got a huge staff, and so that's a big part of it. So, but it's coming. I'm going to get there.
Okay, it's gonna wrap for us, guys. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Thanks, Coach.